Okay, hi everybody. Welcome to the last stream before the summer break. Today we're going to look at all other tie breaks. With me is international arbiter Arbiters-Stream-Other. Hi, how are you?
Fine, thanks. Nice to meet you again. Hello, everybody, to all the audience. Prodromos Gerontopoulos, international arbiter, national lecturer, and social worker from Thessaloniki, Greece. And here is the last episode, the 12th one for the season. And we will be back in September with new and very interesting episodes.
Yes, so let's start with our topic, which is
Yes,
tie
the
break.
tie breaks that are remaining. And first will be which one do you prefer to start this episode, Mark?
We will start with the first tie break, which is the one that is most suggested, the playoffs, which is also the
Yes.
most fair. But we're going to look at the common problems associated with the this tiebreak choice. So we have here the Arbiters Manual 2022,
That's right.
and as we can see here with the regulations, the tiebreak system shall be decided in advance and announced prior to the beginning of the tournament.
Yes. This
Which
is a
means,
deal with
yes,
little words. This is a deal with the players before the starting of the games. Yes.
and then it goes here. If all tie breaks fail, you need to do drawing of lots. This does not mean that I have decided 5 tie breaks here. Okay, it's no winner. Let me go to find other tie breaks. No, all tie breaks used here that we have
Yes.
announced are still are failed. Then we use a drawing of lots to split them up. Very important, very important rule. After that, we have the rule that the playoff is the best system, but as it says here, it's not always appropriate. Why? Because of the time needed. So here the list of other common use tiebreaks is given in alphabetical order. The players shall be ranked in descending order of the respective system. So let's start with the playoff.
Yes.
Okay, so when we have a playoff, we need to make sure that we take everything into consideration. For example, tiebreak matches with a similar playing time as the main tournament, it's very hard. Okay,
Yes.
so we use tiebreaks to be less time, but then the question is, it will take a lot of time. Also, we don't want too many games. Also, it's maybe not fair to play rapid or blitz in a long game tournament. So we need to look at what we need to watch out. So the first one is adequate time must be set aside. What does this mean? To avoid a very famous incident in Tata Steel, yes, during Tata Steel in Wishkanze,
Yes.
there was an incident due to due to the playoffs taking place during the game, during one of the games that was taking place. So to avoid this happening again, we need to be making sure that we have set aside so much time available that we know that the games must have finished and then we start with the playoffs. The system and the rate of play must be told to all players before the event.
Yes.
They need to know how the tiebreak, how the playoffs will be done. All eventualities must be covered by the regulations.
Yes. Should be written in the schedule and according to the tournament rules.
Yes. Then we
Not
have
to
this.
do something irrelevant according to the regulations. And let's say it's a deal, as we said previously, with the players and with in the technical meeting also, and first of all in the schedule. Yes.
Yes. Then it is recommended that playoffs should only be arranged for first place, a championship, or even qualifying places. For example,
Yes.
qualifying to the World Cup, qualifying to a European Championship, qualifying for national team. This should
Or in
most
an international competition with money awards
yes, this would
for
be
the first
very
place.
good to have a playoff to avoid any doubts to the result.
Yes. Very good, Mark.
So let's continue with the where other places are also being decided with the playoff. So here where it says here where subsidiary places are also being decided during playoff, each position shall be determined in accordance with the playoff. For example, 3 players tie. Number 1 wins the playoff, number 2 comes second, and number 3 third. Number
Yes.
2 shall receive the second prize.
The second prize. Yes.
So, where 2 players are tied after the first place has been decided, they shall split any prize money to which they are entitled. For example, 4 players tie and a knockout is arranged. Players 3 and 4 are knocked out in the semi-final. They shall share the third and fourth prizes equally.
Yes. In this situation, it's according to the schedule if the money awards are separated or not.
Yes.
With a horde system to separate until the fourth place final ranking, until the sixth place in the final ranking. It depends. Especially depends on the schedule if it has to do with money awards. And here in this situation, in this article, it has to do with the split and the separate, and how to separate the awards.
Yes,
Yes.
and this is where now the point 13.2.7 tells you where time is limited before a closing ceremony. Maybe we should put games between players potentially involved in such ties to be earlier than all other games. Maybe we should then have here another room for tiebreak events, not in the same
Yes.
playing hall. Also, it tells you at least 30 minutes break time after the conclusion of the last game. Where there are further stages, there shall be a break of at least 10 minutes
Yes.
between each stage.
In all the playoffs and Armageddon games, this sudden death games, let's say, there is a break, about 10 minutes, almost. Yes.
Then we have here the game shall be supervised by an arbiter. If
Of
there's a
course,
dispute, the chief
it is
arbiter's
mandatory.
decision is final.
Yes. And this is mandatory.
So here, initial colors shall be determined by lot in all cases below.
Yes.
Okay, I'm not going to go and read most of this, but here in 13.2.11, it tells you how a playoff should look like with 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players.
Yes.
Um, it will tell you like if you have 5 players, all but the top 4 are eliminated by using the tie breaks below tie breaks. Okay.
Yes.
If you have 3 players, one of the lowest ranked player is eliminated. If you have 2 players, then they shall play. If they have 4 players, then you play a knockout with 2-game elimination. Okay?
Yes.
And it tells you here.
2 games with different colors. Yes.
2 players play a tiebreak match with 2-game mini match at the rate of all moves in 3+2.
Yes.
Where only 2 players are involved in the playoff, they may play at a slower rate of play if time permits. So if I have only 2 players in the final playoff, I can maybe increase the time.
Yes.
Okay, so this is a playoff tiebreak. Do we have any questions?
Yes. Is there any question from the audience? I don't know.
Okay, I think we will continue to the average rating of opponents.
Yes.
Okay. The regulations is very short, but we will spend time here looking at the Swiss chess results.
Yes. Maybe we have an example from chess results
Yes,
later on. Yes.
So let's go. The average rating of opponents is actually what it says. It takes the sum of the ratings of the opponents divided by the number of games played. This is why this is only used in if nearly everyone is rated,
Yes.
because otherwise it makes no sense.
All the players to have international ELO.
Yes, all players need to have
Yes.
international rating.
Yes. And also with the national order.
So here, and then we have AROC, which is the average rating of opponents cut. What do we
Yes.
cut? We always cut the lowest rated opponent.
Yes. One or more, maybe.
One
Yes.
or more, yes.
In specifically, it's the lowest one, like Buchholz tie breaks.
Yes, Pujols cut 1 is what they usually do.
Yes.
Also here is all forfeits and buys are not calculated in AROC.
Yes. There is
Okay?
no virtual opponent here.
No virtual opponent rating.
Yes.
That would have been funny, huh? Virtual opponents rating.
Yes.
We should suggest it. New regulations on how to decide a virtual rating of an opponent for forfeits. We should come up with a formula on it. Okay, so let's switch to the tournament on chess results.
Yes, that's right.
We're going to look at the European Individual Chess Championship. I'm just trying to find it. So, we're going to use the European Individual Championship because they use the tiebreak average rating of opponents. As we can go down, we will see it here. Rating average of the opponents. This was their tiebreak.
Yes.
So here
The
you can,
first one.
and you can see that all players are rated.
With
Not,
high L, high
yeah,
mark L.
not a single chess player is unrated.
Yes.
With this, average rating of opponents is it's a very accurate tiebreak. So we can see the winner, who was Matthias Blubaum from Germany. His AROC, his ARO, not AROC, was 2594.
Yes.
So let's calculate this with a calculator. So yeah, I'm just trying to share with you the calculator. It will take a bit of time. And we'll put the calculator here. And transition. So let's calculate the rating of this player, of the average rating of opponents. So let's go 2373
Yes.
plus 2393
393, yes.
plus
Plus
2510
510,
plus 2565
2565,
plus 2610
2610,
plus
2578,
2578
yes.
plus
2639,
39
yes.
2681
26, yes.
2652
2,
26
26, 26,
2687.
26, 87,
This was 11 rounds, so divide by 11.
yes.
2574. Okay, so since it's higher, I know that it's
Yes.
cut 1.
Yes.
So let's try to go back. Can I go back with the calculator? Yes, I can go back. So let's go back and let's remove the lowest rated opponent. Minus 2373
Yes.
equals. And now divide this by 10. And now we have the 2594. So here
4, yes.
was 2594 was his average rating of opponents, and there's 2594.
Yes, that's right.
So here we know that the European Individual Championship did a rock 1. Average rating of opponents, cut 1. We removed the first round opponent, which is very fair, because in the first round you play as a higher rated opponent, you play a much weaker player. Yes. Should we do another player? Let's do a lot of Azerbaijani players here, huh? Very good. Armenian players as well.
Yes.
Let's do the second player, Gabriel
The second
Sarkisyan.
one.
Let's go. Start. So the weakest opponent was the first round player.
Yes.
So let's avoid that player. Let's
begin with the second round. Yes.
Plus 2584 plus
2450, 2639, 2588, 2642, 2687, 2451, 2648.
divide by 10.
Yes.
Which is 2578. And when we go back, there it is, 2578.
Yes, that's right.
So here we can see how easy the average rating of opponents is used in.
If we have, let's say, for instance, if we have a forfeit opponent.
Let's do one of the players who had a forfeit. Let's go down and find one of the players who had a forfeit. Ferenc Berkers. Let's go Tobias Köhler.
Or the exception of half a point.
Okay, so let's do with Tobias Köhler.
Yes.
Maybe we can do a player here who had a buy as well. Fatmir Khoury. Let's find. He was from.
Let's see
He
the
was
player
from
with the
Kosovo.
forfeit first, and then with the buy.
No, no, I'll do him like fuck me close. Okay, Famicom, yes. So here we have two unpaired games, two unplayed games.
Yes,
So we're
that's
not going
right.
to count any of his rounds, any of these two games. So let's find it. I'm doing. So let's write 2451 plus 2297
97,
plus
233,
2233 plus 1680
1680,
plus
2013,
2013 plus
1770, 1773,
1773
2129,
1787.
1787.
And now we divide it by only 9 rounds
Yes,
because we
9
have
or 10, because it's only
9 games.
9 or 10 games. Let's see that.
It's 9 games because if it's 10 games, we cannot count the rating. So it's
Yes.
9 games. He's finished, he ranked 277. So let's go 200 to 277 to see his average rating of opponents. And there it is, 2015. Yes, correct. It rounded up.
Yes, because after half a point, it's 1 mark, 1 point.
Yes. So this is very good.
That's right. It's a very good example for the audience in order to understand about the calculation. Is there any other example about we see a buy and forfeit together? What else?
Yeah, let's find another player. The one before.
Yes.
The one I chose before. Uh, no, not Fed. Let me just find the player who left. Let's find it on the list. Okay, so Tobias Köhler. Let's start with Tobias Köhler. So, we cannot include this game. Why? Because it was not rated.
Yes.
It was not rated, sorry. It was
It
not
was
played.
a high-rated player.
Yes. But it was unplayed, so it did not
Unplayed
count.
game. Yes, that's right.
So we have to add all the other players. And then we divide it by 10 because only 10 games were played. And now it's 25-27. You can
Yes.
94th. So let's find the 94th place. And we have 25-27. And this 25-27 is correct. So the tiebreak is accurate.
Yes.
Perfect. So any questions on the average rating of opponents?
Yes. Is there any question in the chat or not?
So once this is here, we will go and see the performance.
Yes.
Let's look at the next one. So here we have the players with performance rating. Team, let's do this rating calculation. Now, okay, this is a bit different, but here we actually need the arbiter's manual as well to see what.
Yes, in order to calculate.
In order to calculate. So let's just find the calculator. First, we have to find the average rating of opponents again. So the average rating of opponents was 1853 plus 1790 plus 2008 plus 2193 plus 2285
85, yes.
plus 2295
95
plus 2465
65
plus 2570
70
plus 2361.
2361.
So we have 19,820.
Yes.
Now, going to the arbiter's manual. I saw in the arbiter's manual, sorry. It's
Yes,
in the rating regulations. It's in the rating regulations. So we have to go to the FIDE handbook. So
which type?
FIDE rating regulations. And we need to find the score. So here we need to first do 19, how many players it was, divide by 9. So
yes,
his average rating was 2202. Now we go here and we have to now find what score it was. How much did he score? 7.5 out of 9.
yes.
So I'm gonna try to save my idea and then go 7.5 divided by 9. How much percent is this? 83.3%.
Yes.
Go to the FIDE handbook. 83. 273. So what was my average rating? 2202. So
yes, 273
2202 plus 273. This is a rating performance. 2475, and there you can see.
Yes, that's right. This is the calculation.
This is a rating performance calculation. You take all ratings into account, find the average rating of performance, find the percentage, go to the FIDE ratings handbook, find the conversion from fractional to rating difference, add
Yes.
the numbers, and that is your method. Let's do another player.
Yes.
Let's do one of
another example.
Let's do the
Very
Cyprus
good.
champion 557.
Yes, Michailidis Konstantinos. Yes.
Okay, let's do this player.
Let's do the calculation. Great, Mark. Bravo.
1625
Yes.
plus 1626 and then divided by 9.
Yes.
So we have an average rating of 1901. 6 out of 9 is, I think, 67%, but let's just make sure. Yes, 67%. So let's find the rating. 1902 plus. Let's find what it says. 67 is plus 125. 2027. And there's a
Yes,
performance
great.
Nah. This is how you find the performance rating of a player.
Yes.
This is what Swiss Manager does all in the back end, all automatic calculations. Okay, let's switch to the next tiebreak system.
Yes.
Any questions, anybody?
Is there any question?
Okay, let's move on. We did look at this. Let's look at the Koya system.
Yes.
Now, I don't think the Koya system is very popular in other round robin tournaments, but here we use it.
Especially it is used for round robin tournament. Yes.
Yes, we use it in Cyprus after the Sonneborn-Berger system. And it says here, the number of points achieved against all opponents who have achieved 50% or more, including forfeit points. Okay, then we can extend it if we want. No forfeits. Sorry, let's maybe add 40%, 30%, or to exclude players who scored 50% and then higher scores. Yes, we could do a lot of this. So let's have a look at a live example from chess results. We're going to use a live example of the Cyprus Closed Chess Championship that took place
Yes.
this year. So you can see the reason I did the cluster is so that we can do the Koya tiebreak calculation. So here it says 4.5 points. So out of 11 games, the 50% is all players until board 7. Until here. So looking at the Cyprus champion, he scored 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 wins against players in the top half of the board, plus half a point. So 4.5. And there you can see that's what they scored. Second board, second place. 7th place is the cutoff. 1, 1.5, 2, 3, 3.5. 3.5 points. 3.5 points. It is for Koya tiebreaks. Yes, let's put this player here. Here this player scored a full point. But only one player, that's why they have 1 point.
Yes.
Half a point, here's half a point. So this is a Koya tiebreak. So it looks, who have you scored against that has more than 50%? Yeah. And then we go to our last tiebreak system, which Podomos will explain in quite a detail. Progressive score.
Which one?
Cumulative system.
The progressive. Do you want to explain that one?
Yeah. If you can please explain so that I can find the tournament.
Yes, this is, you have to find the tournament. Which one?
I will find one now.
Yes, okay.
Actually, we can just use another one and do it a small one. Let me find a small 5. Oh, 2. Okay. So let's do this tournament. So progressive system
Yes.
is where it takes the sum of scores after each round. A player has a certain tournament score. These scores are added to determine the total sum of progressive score. The sum of progressive score reduced by the tournament score of one or more rounds. So you can also do cut. You can cut the first round, cut the second round. The problem with progressive score is it punishes you if you uh, lose early on, if you drop points early on. The later you
Yes.
drop points, the more advantageous it is. Okay.
Let's say if you in a 7th round tournament, if you win the 6th first rounds and you lost the last one, this is the progressive system.
Yes.
Η
Whoever
βαθμολογική
loses the
πρόοδος
last
που
round.
λέμε.
The first tournament I played in Cyprus was
If
played.
you lost the first round and you win all the other rounds and your final rank is 6 out of 7 and your final rank is 2nd because you lost the first round. This is the progressive and you have to win the first rounds.
Yes. This is why
This is the progressive system. I don't know if is there any tournament to explain that.
No,
I
it's
don't know.
not, but I can explain
But
it by showing
I know that
results.
Fide, it's not
Recommended.
yes, it's not recommended anymore, this tie break.
But let me explain it with using
It's
these
for
players.
previous decades, this because there wasn't any other
Method.
they didn't use any other tie breaks. It's one of the first tie break that it was used in the early years. And
Yes,
they calculate if you win on the first, the second, the third round. This was you have to make you had to make a good start.
Yes, I in my first tournament in Cyprus, I came third because I lost to the winner of the tournament in the fourth round and not in the last round.
Yes.
If I played him in the
That's
last
the
round,
same
I
because
would
I
have
lost the
been
first round.
second. Yes. Okay, so let's do progressive score with this player here.
Yes, but it's not recommended. We have to mention that to the audience.
It's not recommended,
This
yes.
tie break is not recommended for competitions
Anymore, yes.
from FIDE and from the federations.
Yes, but it's still important to know.
Yes.
Let's go with this player. What would their progressive score be? So here we have 1 after round 1.
Yes.
After round 2, he would have only 1 point, so we have to just say 1.
Yes.
Plus, after round 3, they have 2 points. After round 4, they have 3 points. And after the last round, they have 4 points. So this player's progressive score, due to losing in the second round, their progressive score is 11.
Yes.
Going back to the final ranking, if I took the other player who lost against the IM in the third round, you will see that there's quite a severe difference.
Yes.
1 plus 2 plus 2
yes.
plus 3 plus 4.
Plus 4, yes, that's right.
And now there's a 12 points difference.
Yes.
Just because the move left by 1 round.
Yes.
So every round later you lose, you have a benefit of 1 point in the tie breaks. Let's go to the second place player.
Also to see a player that lost the first round.
Yes, I will find it now. Here you can see they lost in the last round. So it's 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4
plus 4
plus 4. And now you can see 14 points. 3 points more than a player who lost in the second round. It's a major difference when you think about it. Just because they lost against a player later on in the tournament, which is by luck. It's not by the player's wishes. Let's find somebody here who lost in the first round.
Yes,
so
that one that lost the first round. Yes,
0
that's right.
plus 1 plus 1.5.
Yes.
Plus 2.5 plus 2.5. This player scored only 7.5 progressive points.
Yes.
Okay, Yeah, this is a progressive score tiebreak system. Okay, I think we've covered all the tiebreak systems.
Yes.
Do we have any questions?
I don't know if is there any question.
Sorry.
We will be back on September with diagrams, with new repertory and material for arbiters.
Yes, we'll come up with a
And we hope to
completely.
make any live streaming in a tournament.
Yes,
To
we'll come up with some new topics, completely new ideas.
Yes,
So
great cooperation, Mark, for these 12 episodes.
yes, thank you very
And I
much as
hope
well.
to continue to be continued in the autumn,
Yes,
September, with many new. I have many topics and new material, not only from seminars, but also from the competitions that I'm a chief arbiter and organize there and talk with a meeting with the arbiters. And there are many cases. There are many questions, many cases, and very good material for seminars and for the arbiters in order to use their knowledge in the competitions where there will be arbiters. In this summer, it's the Olympiad, and Mark will be there.
yes, I will
Also,
be at the
here in
Olympiad.
Thessaloniki, Greece, it's European Chess Union, the youth team championship, and also European individual blitz and rabbit for youth.
Yes, just to make sure, I will not be at the Olympiad as an arbiter, though.
Yes, you can mention that.
I
Also,
will
in the
not be an
August here, we
arbiter.
will have an international tournament from 3rd August until 10. And then from 12 until 24th of August in here in Thessaloniki Porto Palace Hotel, we will have the league team championship national, and from 12th until 17th or 18th time. And then until 24th of August, the individual youth tournament under 16, under 14, under 12, under 10, and under 8 years old, open and girls groups. So all this summer is full of competitions.
Yes, yes, it's a very
So
busy
Mark,
summer.
you can mention that for the Olympiad, as I said. You can.
Yeah, no, I was just mentioning that I'm not going to be an arbiter in case people wondered. I liked my experiences in 2018 and 2016, but this year
It will
it
be
was
very good experience, and it's also to find out topics for arbiter streaming.
yes. Okay then. Thank you everyone for watching. Enjoy your summer and see you in September.
Yes, have a good summer, happy holidays, summer holidays, and stay true and health. Good night and good summer.